Hello, viewer. Good day and welcome to Family Life Issues with Kali. I've been away a while, but I'm back now. And our topic for discourse today will be the will. The will is a testament, the expression of a testator, documented, expressing how he intends or how he wishes for his estate to be handled after he goes to be with his maker. I know a lot of people say, oh, I do not have this or I do not have that. How would I write a will? Start from whatever you have. Remember that where you are right now today is somebody else's prayer point. Right? Put something down if you have. Let it be documented. I know that a lot of people are so scared. I cannot write a will. Oh. You know that bad feelings that come with writing a will. Everyone is scared. To write a will looks like death is on its own. No, you are going to wake it up. Death, look at me here. People are afraid. They do not want to write a will. And so some people say, how can I be thinking of writing a will now in this sweet world? To write a will is like thinking about death. You are thinking now that, oh, I'm going to die. Nobody wants to remember death in the matter. Not right now. So for you to do anything, if it is important, then you consider doing it. What are some of the importance associated with writing a will? Because maybe when you hear the importance, then you can go ahead to say, oh, let me write it. It is important. The list can be long, but let us focus on a few of them. One of the importance of writing a will is to ensure that all your struggles and investments are not hijacked by other people. You know that while some of us are struggling, going out in the morning, coming back, investing, saving up, and putting your money to good use, some people are standing by, they are looking at you, perhaps praying that, oh, let him just pass on so that we can come and hijack everything. The people that behave like this, it is evident in their behaviors. Another importance of writing a will is to ensure that all your beneficiaries are named one after the other and a gift is given in their names. That way, there is no confusion or any form of dragging. Oh, this thing is for me, this thing is for me. No. You name the beneficiaries one after the other and you leave for them in your will whatever you desire for them to have. Another importance of writing a will is to ensure that you appoint your own executors. At least a will must have two executors. The executors are the personal representatives of a testator. You will have the opportunity to name them by yourself in your will. You know, some people, when they close their eyes, people from here and there, particularly these brothers and sisters, the courts have been shouting. We don't know what to do about them. They will begin to run amok while the man's wife and his children are there. When you write a will, you appoint your executors. Mr. A or Mr. B, Mr. A and B, or a firm of this and that will be the executors for my will. That way, everything is defined. Another reason will be to have seamless succession. You agree with me that some families are so blessed, stupendously rich. Without a will, succession becomes a problem. Family conflict. In extreme cases, someone can even die from all of the conflicts. Another reason for writing a will, another good reason, is to allow the testator to say, oh, when I pass on, this is where I want to be buried. This is how I want my funeral to be. This is exactly what I want. You shouldn't say you should be buried at Amadi roundabout, oh, because that is not your land. Whatever you are writing in the will must be something that conforms with the customs around that place. Another good reason is that writing a will enables the testator to name his assets and liabilities. Oh, I have this, I have this, I have this. I have taken this loan from the bank, I'm owing this, and that. It enables the testator to name his assets and liabilities. Writing a will enables the testator to name an inventory of his real and personal properties. After all, those are the things he'll be bequeathing to his loved ones. He names them. It helps him to remember, oh, I was in Calabar once and I bought this 1 acre. I have this property in Ibadan. It helps, writing a will helps the testator to put all of those things in order and also to bring out the documents and arrange them. You cannot write a will of something that is not visible, something that cannot be seen, document that cannot be accessed. You cannot write a will on that. So that is one of the advantages of writing a will. Another advantage, writing a will helps the testator to gift people that are not his immediate family. Because whether we like it or not, the position of the law is that when a man is married and he dies without a will, everything goes to his wife and children. And so, if other people must become beneficiaries, it has to be contained in a will. You see that your cook that has served you for 30 years, if you want him to have a share of something when you pass, you have to indicate it in your will. If not, it will be at the discretion of madam or the children. You see that your brother that you love, yes, that one that trained you in the university, you want to show love to his children, include it in your will. That way, your friends, that orphanage you used to visit when you were alive, you want to show them love when you pass. All of these details will be contained in your will. Okay, well, another advantage of writing a will is creating a trust for minor children, because an executor or the executors cannot transfer title to underage children. So a trust is created. I am leaving this for um, two of my minor children, Miss J and Master P, and I'm leaving this property in trust with their mother, Mrs. S, so that they can be taken care of. A will will also allow you leave uh, properties for your children born outside wedlock. It would also allow you leave something for that person that you do not want to name in the will. A secret trust can be created where you say, I'm leaving this to my friend, Mr. Z, for the benefit of like the matter I have mentioned to him. Uh-huh. You are not naming that person, but you are naming Mr. Z as the trustee. He knows what to do with this property. So this is also the benefit of writing a will. When a testator sits down and actually begins to think about writing a will, all the things that may become a casualty if not contained in a will will begin to come to his mind. This list is inexhaustible. There are so many benefits to write associated with writing a will. It is important. You cannot just stay and you think that, oh, when I close my eye, let the confusion begin. If they like, they should throw tables. If they like, they should throw chairs. It is not proper. Look at all the advantages. Why would you want to create chaos and confusion upon your person? Please do the needful. Get up today. Call your lawyer and talk to him. Now, I'm talking about who writes the will. You know, some people write a document and put it in their bedside drawer, and they think that can amount to a will. No, it is proper. A document that is intended to be legally binding should be written by a lawyer. As for a will, it is just so necessary that a lawyer guides the testator, because you hear of wills that cannot be executed. It is because it has not been properly written. Maybe for one reason or the other, the testator has written it in a manner that does not conform to the rules, or you write a will that for customs like the Edo customs, where the first son gets the house where his father lived and died. And then maybe because the mother of the first son is not in the marriage, then you say, oh, you are bequeathing it to the second son. When that man passes, that will only becomes a recipe for chaos and confusion. Or in the Query customs of River State, you are saying that the third son should become beneficiary of where the testator had lived and died. It cannot happen. No, that is big problem. So the lawyer has to guide you, even when the testator is going to bequeath a gift that will create a obvious problem. You can tell him, no, sir, this is how it is. This is what is right. This is how it should be written. Yes, I'm no, I'm just imagining what you're thinking now. Is it only men that will be writing the wills? Maybe because of our customs. Moreover, when women pass, their personal and their real and personal properties do not create any problems because the man just takes over. I don't know why anytime it comes to doing the other way, it becomes a problem. People begin to come out from everywhere. And so this takes us to what are the concerns? What are these fears and concerns that the testator would be thinking, that is he begins to procrastinate? Oh, oh, this thing, I don't know how, it's stressful. Oh, I don't want to think about it. Some of the concerns will be privacy concerns. You know, when you want to write your will, you call your lawyer and he sits down. Yes, there will be interview session where you begin to tell him with a paper and a biro, he's taking down what you are saying in an interview, my name, this, that. Oh, Sam, where are the properties? The properties, and he begins to name, I have this, I have that, I have that, I have that. And you open up everything to your lawyer and he sees you. But that's the confidentiality. The lawyer owes his client that. Another fear, the testator may become overwhelmed. He wants to do this. Oh, I want to give this to this my wife or this my side chick. You know, she's been the one taking care of me for this number of years. My wife and I, we've just been in the house quarreling and fighting. Oh, nothing. And the lawyer tells you, no, sir, you cannot do that. So long as a marriage is subsisting, so long as you married her under the act, this is what must apply. You cannot do this. So long as this boy is your heir, he is your first son, this is what applies. So long as this child, even though he was born by another mother, he's 18, and the son born by your wife is 10 years old, he is the first son. Sir, you have to do it right. Oh, you have chosen the major road to be buried. No, you cannot do that. It, you have to choose another place, an appropriate place. The lawyer has to guide you and tell you. After you have written all your testament, that is where you sign. You cannot sign at the top. You have to be guided so that by the time everything is um, done, when presented after or at the appropriate time, it will be valid for execution. The third or another fear is that fear of feeling intimidated by legal languages. The lawyer is telling you, sir, you have written it. If you want to make any changes, sir, we have to use a codicil to make, oh, what kind of problem is this? Is this how we'll be doing this thing? And so those are all the things. Meanwhile, nobody knows the appointed time. So once you have written a will, you can amend, you can alter, you can even revoke it. So have you seen how this thing works? Whatever you are thinking, whatever your fears, certain occurrences must come to play should you fail to write your will. If you fail to write a will, there are things that must happen after you pass. There is a very likelihood that your wife and your children may be pushed aside. They will not be allowed to participate, to benefit in the manner that you would have desired for them to benefit. There is a likelihood that your brother or that your sister that you wouldn't even let into your gate while you were alive would push down the gate when you are no longer there to come and throw out your wife and children. There are cases now, cases abound. You hear, oh, look at this man. When he was alive, his children were in nice school. But immediately he passed, his people came and they threw the woman out. They took the cars. Of course, when they take it for themselves. They'll begin to drive your car, and your own wife and your children will begin to trek. When you do not write a will and you pass, You cannot decide what happens. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So, would you reconsider? As for me, I have not written one. I want to encourage all of us to try to write a will. It is so important. Look at all the advantages. I'm not seeing any disadvantage in writing a will. Let us try. Be encouraged. Nothing dey inside though. Nobody go die before in time. But make we just try. Every day we dey pray. When we comot for house, go find daily bread. Make we no come turn to bread for road wey something go chop for road. We go go in peace, we go come back in peace. But that thing wey we want, make it happen after we close eye. Make we remove all the fear. Make we write am. It's very important. Thank you for staying with me on this episode. Please, if you like what I'm doing, please like my video and leave me a comment. Thank you very much.